So I'm back, guys. I'm just hearing about this right now that James Krause is fixing fights now, huh? James Krause fixing fights. That's all just speculation, you know. The guy. I'm in his Discord chat. I know before you guys start roasting me and telling me I shouldn't gamble, but I'm in his Discord group, the 1% Club. You have to pay $50 to get into his main chat, but I'm not gonna do that until maybe December. I'll join his group. But tonight's picks for me were I picked Renato Moicano by submission, and I picked him by decision. No, not decision. I mean to win, to be the overall winner. To be the overall winner, I bet on Moicano, which was, what was it, 1.75? 1.7? The odds were 1.7, so multiply 1.7, because he was the underdog, I believe. Not sure, but I won money on Moicano, and I won money on, that's it, Moicano, yeah, exactly, Moicano. And I lost $10 on Esparza. So I won the money back. I lost 2.2 euros on I lost 2 euros today, but I did win. I also bet on Benil Dariush. Everyone was counting that motherfucker out. Had a pretty nice prop bet for Benil Dariush. He was a 4.7 underdog, which means he was a plus 400 for all you Americans out there that can't convert decimals into into whole numbers. But so he was a plus 470 underdog. Not Moicano, Dariush. But anyways, in the Discord group, all of them were telling me to bet on Zhang Weili, which I should have. I was thinking of betting on Zhang Weili by submission, but I was like, she hasn't really submitted that many people. She's more of a knockout artist. She's got a very good ground game. But as far as a wrestler, I should have picked Weili, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, gives a shit. Hindsight. Well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't too confident with that pick anyways. I was only picking that fight because of the odds and shit, but I feel like a prop bet is probably your best way to go if you kind of know that person is gonna win the fight, but you feel like it's not gonna go the distance. Then you should go for a prop bet. But prop bets are always very risky, Prop bets are very risky because what if he wins? What if he wins the fight by decision and you picked him by submission or knockout? I think you get the money back, but you don't win anything. You don't risk anything because he won. So you don't lose the money, but you risk it. It's a tough one, man. Like, gambling is definitely not something I would recommend for anybody out there that doesn't know the sport very well. But I'm obsessive about MMA. I follow it every day. So I know the sport pretty well. Moicano by submission was a very good pick. Very good pick. But he was fighting Brad Riddell. Brad Riddell's a fucking bum. He's not that good. Submission. He's always gonna lose to a good grappler. Just like Dan Hooker's always gonna. I like Moicano in the Dan Hooker fight. I'm kind of edgy on that fight because Moicano's not the best wrestler and Dan Hooker's very good takedown defense. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one to pick. Moicano beats him if the fight hits the floor, but man, Dan Hooker's unpredictable. His wrestling's not as good as Makhachev, so tough one to call. I would like to see the odds on that fight. I think those fight odds are pretty close. I actually think Dan Hooker will probably be the favorite in that fight, which is actually quite crazy. That's pretty wild. Dan Hooker will be the favorite. That's a tough one. Dan Hooker the favorite. Wow. Just wondering, Dan Hooker the favorite. Yeah, I'll probably put Dan Hooker as the favorite against, what's his name? Renato Moicano. But anyways, back to James Krause. Apparently there was this guy, Shaylihan, and his fighter was called Derek Minner. And James Krause's fighter was injured going into that fight. James Krause knew that he was injured. He had inside information. And apparently the UFC now is banning fighters from betting on fights, even if they are coaching them. because they have insider information because the UFC just released a statement. So I'm wondering how Krause is going to get around that. He could probably ask someone else to bet for him, or like one of his friends to bet for him, like on a website. They can't stop that. Or he could bet on a different pseudonym on a website or something. But with websites, they always ask you to provide information about your identity. So, yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. He's currently under investigation for gambling, so that's definitely not for gambling, but he's under investigation because he had insider information, and the betting lines changed drastically leading up to the fight, and the fight's not a big fight, it's more of an unknown prelim fight, so yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one to call, man. James Krause fixing fights now. Fixing fights. I just wish I was in the Discord chat where he told everyone that he was injured. I don't know if he did that, but that would be dope, man. I don't think he's that stupid to tell everyone in a public platform where everything can be screenshotted that they fixed that that he's injured and you should bet on him. Wow, that's crazy. Fighters go into fights injured all the time, man. TJ Dillashaw, he was injured going into the Aljamain Sterling fight. Derek Mena was injured. Francis Ngannou was injured going into the Cyril Gane fight, but he won the fight, which is insane. Which is crazy to think about. Torn MCL or ACL or something, I don't know. He was thinking about pulling out of the fight, but he said he saw no way to pull out of the fight. So, he's waiting, he's retiring. He's not retiring, but he's getting... But anyways, yeah, man, I'm in the Discord chat. I'm in their Discord chat, yeah. Pretty much. They're talking, betting on fights and shit.